Okay, here again is another mind-blowing video by Grace Prince. Today we are going to react on a video step by step on what to do before you turn 18. It took this man 2.5 years to make this video, and the video is very rich. Please, if you are not 18 or below 18, please just sit down and listen to it. Today we are going to learn step by step on what to do before you turn 18.
So here's my first piece of advice. As soon as you turn 18, go and get a credit card. I want you to skip the presents and the birthday cake because that's not going to make you money. And instead, you got to get a credit card, and that is going to be your birthday present to yourself. And if you're over the age of 18 and you haven't done this yet, then I want you just to watch this step. Then after this, you got to pause the video and literally just go and get a credit card as soon as you can, like now. Now, secondly, assuming you don't already have one and you're over the age of 18 years old, go and open up now your own bank account. I think it's incredibly important that you have your own bank account that is solely in your name, that only you have access to. I think it's just the next logical part of being a financially responsible, independent adult. Now, fourth, this one is so important to start as early as you possibly can, but honestly, it applies to any age out there, and that is stay out and stay away from consumer debt. And when I say this, I'm not referring to like a low interest rate mortgage on a rental property or leveraging your money to make you even more money. I'm talking about like high interest rate credit card debt, a high interest rate personal loan, a high interest like auto loan, or any other consumer type of debt that has really no purpose to make you more money other than just to make your life awful. I really believe for anything other than a business, real estate, or investment, if you cannot afford to buy something outright, then don't buy it and don't finance it. It's so important to stay out of debt like this and get in the habit of never buying things you can't afford outright unless, like I said, a business, investment, or real estate. Instead, the responsible way to handle purchases like this is to only buy things that you could afford to pay off in full, but instead you put it on a credit card so you get the points, and then you pay off the credit card in full by the time it's due. That way you stay out of debt, and at the same time you can continue building up your credit history, so it's a win-win. Debt is really one of those things where if used incorrectly can absolutely destroy your life, especially at a young age where you should really be prioritizing saving and investing. Having any sort of debt weighing you down like this could absolutely ruin everything. So just get in the habit when you're young to only buy things that you could afford, and if you put them on a credit card, just make sure the credit card is always paid off in full by the time it's due. Now, fifth, if you're a teenager watching this right now, go and get a job. Seriously though, go and get a job. I know I sound like an old man saying this. I sound like this type of person who's like, get off my lawn. But seriously, go and get a job. If there's anything that set me on a successful path and got me on the right track to things, it was this. I got my first job right before high school at a marine aquarium warehouse where I would go in and take pictures of the livestock that would come in. Now, six, for all of you young whippersnappers out there, just get used to living below your means. From all the mistakes I could have made when I was younger, this is one of the ones that I have practiced religiously, and it has paid off 1,000 times over. No matter how much money I ever made, I always lived like I made significantly less. Even when I was working part-time throughout high school, I pretty much saved all the money that I made. Even though I had no idea what I was doing with investing, I still managed to accumulate about $6,000 by the time I graduated high school. And it was with that amount of money that I used to fund my real estate license and get everything set up for that business. And then even as a real estate agent, I pretty much saved all of my money, and that allowed me to go and invest in real estate at the very bottom of the market. And even now, despite how much money I'm making from real estate and also from YouTube, you're gonna be sitting there with more money than you know what to do with, traveling the world, making YouTube videos in your garage, and telling other teenagers how to save money. Now, seventh, I really believe it's so important not to go to college just for the sake of going to college. Maybe I'm out of line here, but I really believe that this is an epidemic that needs to be stopped, and one day people are gonna wake up and realize that they don't need a college degree to do what they wanna do. Now, here's the thing though, for those that don't realize, I never went to college, so I am a little bit biased when I speak of this. But I've seen so many of my friends go to college because their parents pressured them into going, so they go to school and they waste 4 years of their their life studying something that they didn't really care about, and then they get bogged down with student loans, and then they graduate, and then they can't find a job, and they have to find a way to repay $30,000 in debt. So given that, here's my solution to all of this. If you don't know what you want to do with your life, either get some work experience until you can figure it out, or instead just go to a 2-year community college just to get your general education requirements out of the way until you figure it out.
I must say something here. In fact, I never knew that this man no go to school. He just said that he not attend any school. Wow. Very, very, very shocking. I never knew. And he's very rich and he's a nice financial expert. Well, from what he's saying is that it's not school that makes somebody. It's not your degree that makes somebody. It's your ability to improve on yourself. Ability to improve on what you are doing. That from what he said he had some classmates, some of his colleagues rather, that went to school. After school, they came back and they were begging, borrowing. So please, let's get this in our mentality before we turn 18. There is no school that makes somebody. It's not that going to university, reading mechanical or any other thing. It's not that makes somebody. What makes a person is your self-improvement. Self-improvement, reading books. Either you are focusing on business, read book on business, on the world, like the world, which is the Bible. Read books on public speaking. Develop yourself. That is what makes somebody. That is what brings money. Money follows values. Not that you study mechanical engineering so they will give you money. No. So before you turn 18, you have to have this in your mentality, in your subconscious mind. That is not education. It's not university that you are planning to. That I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. The funniest part of it is that secondary school they will say they want to be primary school they will say they want to be a doctor. Then secondary school they will say they want to be a pilot. Then after secondary school PS attendance. But sorry, let's come back to what you are saying.
That way you could save a ton of time, you can save a ton of money, you can get some work experience at the same time and make some money until eventually you figure out what you want to do, and then from there you can make a decision. But to be fair, on the other hand, if you have a clear-cut path to what you want to do and college is a requirement to doing it, then by all means go to college. Or also, if your parents are paying for you to go to college and you can graduate without any student loan debt whatsoever, then by all means go for it. But if you're going to be paying for school out of pocket and you don't know exactly what you want to do, and this is going to cost you 4 years of your time and your life that you could just be spent working, then definitely think very long and hard if college is the right choice for you at that moment. Like, I'm not any economist here, I'm just someone who loves personal finance, but I think we could avoid a lot of wasteful student loan debt if more people just took a year or two off after high school just to gain some work experience and really try to figure out what they want to do with their life. It's so much better just to wait and really decide what you want to do than jumping into college right after high school, because that's what everyone else is doing. That makes no sense to me. And finally, 8, in terms of how to invest as a teenager, this is pretty much all you need to know. For most people out there, all you need to do is invest in a low-cost, broad index fund, invest in that consistently, and then invest with the expectation of holding it for the next 30 to 40 years.
Let's just pause our video here. Finally, he talked about number 8, how to invest. Like, he's talking about investment. So before you get to 18, you need to have this in your subconscious mind, how to invest. Firstly, talk about opening of accounts. You must have your talk about many things, but please, we just have to rewatch this video, pay attention to it, jot down some things. You need to jot down some things, because he's saying this out of experience. He's saying this out of experience, and like they would normally say that experience is the best teacher. So and he's a financial expert. He mentioned some few things that that touched me. Talked about school. It's not school that makes somebody. It's your personal development. He also talk about investment, and also talk about savings too. So don't look down on yourself that you are 18, that you will not be saving. No. Let's take that mentality up. Let's take that mentality. That mentality is a wrong mentality from the pit of hell. Believe me when I say so. Believe me. No, they normally say that you are too small. You are too small to be rich. if you there's no small broke. How will I put it? How will I put it? See, let me tell you. Even though you are small, you can still have money. With proper planning, you can still have money. It's not in the law of nature that you be small and broke. No, you can still be small and be rich. So let's inculcate all the 8 steps he mentioned. Remain blessed, and don't forget, please subscribe to my channel. It will make this video so that other youths out there, they can see it. Other younger ones out there, they can see it. Subscribe to my channel. Remain blessed. I still remember my humble self, Grace Prince. Thank you.